And now I would like to welcome you to the best damn opening in Facebook Live history. You know it's true because it came out of my face. What? Let's go. You guys can't see the new blueberry, huh? Look at the new blueberry. Blueberry ravens. That's hard. Didn't imitate it, never duplicated. That fool with no hair, that shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! What? Woo! The R8RBEAR! R8RBEAR! Wait, yeah, I know you see it. What? Vato Raider Nation, okay? And you don't be knowing. I'm a lot of things. I'm black. I'm French. I'm American, Native American, Indian, Native, whatever how you say it, Indigenous American. Alexa, stop. I give her the kill sign. She doesn't answer me. Yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, but first, try to. There, man. First comment, MVP tonight goes to Jim Vanderland. What's up, Jim? Welcome to the show. Yet another gold for the man, Jim Vanderland. Second place, my silver medal for my YouTubers, John the Lion. Leon. What's up, John? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. Third, but not last in my YouTube heart, Mark Vargas. And Jim, although you hit the bear first, Mark Vargas remembered to put the two bears in there. So, sorry. Mark Vargas. Bear. All right, that's enough of that shenanigans. On to my Facebook fams. R8RBEAR Live first comment. MVP tonight goes to the reigning, defending world heavyweight champion, Dustin King. Ooh, the man's reign carries on. Second place, my silver medal, John Russell, number one contender. Josh, I don't know what's gotten into the guy. He's all fired up. I'm around here like a spider monkey on too much Mountain Dew. Third place, a young man that I met in person I happen to like quite a lot. Lucky Pace. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. And he is just like his face, in his picture. Real smooth, you know what I mean? So what's up, brother? Welcome to the show and see you all there. Edgar Lucky De Leon, Bob Standard, my good friend. Corinna Trujillo. What's up, love? Welcome to the show. Travis Kelly, see you there. What's up, Steeler Val? Much love to you, hun. Hi, Tommy. Welcome to the show. Tony Carpenter Evans. Probably my favorite female. She's such a badass. Jake Bumpus. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Marcus Atchison. I see you there. Welcome to the show, brother. Okay, let me see. Raider Ryan. What's up? Welcome to the show. Chris Strong in the house with a little bit of bear for me. Oh, wait a minute. Remember, stars contribute to the show go directly to charities like the Kind Fund, Kids in Need of Desks. We've also been working very aggressively with St. Jude's this year And we've been working with punks for autism for quite some time. My daughter is actually an autism warrior. I don't like to say survivor because she took autism. She bent it over her knee and she gave it a good spanky. No, I'm serious. It was awesome. Yes! The heavyweight champion walking around spreading the love. Look, he's even trying to bribe me now, Josh. You got to get on your horse here, man. Hey there, Gardner Minshew beat Houston, Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, Las Vegas last season. He lost to Cleveland by 1 point. And I saw the game. I saw the one where he beat, who was it? I think it was the Tampa Bay game. And he came back real late and it was a late drive and he scored and they won. It's crazy. I already said, you guys, check the record. I already said Gardner Minshew, the guy lives in a van. Even though he makes money, I mean, the guy's got money. But he lives in a van. He lives in one of those like motorhome vans and he lives on the beach. There's pictures of him in jeans, but they're like cut off shorts. He lives like a nomad. It's weird, but I like it. You know what I mean? I like weird guys. And he's going to be a nice fit for us. And dadgummit, and I did throw a dadgummit at you just now. But dadgummit, he's going to be that kind of guy that no matter who we bring in at quarterback, he's going to look at him with his chest out and his chin up and go, come on. I like Gardner Minshew. He's no joke. He is no joke. Okay, so Christian Wilkins and Mad Max going to be beast mode. I'll put that comment up. And yeah, I got to say, bringing in Christian to me is the biggest move we've made thus far. And it may end up being the biggest move we've made, period. Because remember, Max was already all pro. See, we all keep saying, oh, we got to get Max some help. We got to get Max some help. Okay, that may be true, but let's remember he's putting up like amazing numbers, look like a beast, is usually unstoppable, and that's been without help like this. What's he going to do when the Christian man gets in there and puts a little pressure on? It's going to kill people. Max is going to kill people. Can you get murder for football? I don't think you can get murder for football, but they may decide to do it because we're going to rack some people up. It's going to be lovely. Now, those of you that are mad about the Josh Jacobs situation, I will put you all to bed. I would change your diapers, give you a little hiccup, and tell you, what did you expect? You know what I mean? I mean, come on. I mean, the Raiders were disrespecting the guy first a lot. And I'm seeing guys today on social media, and I might as well say the garbage dump. Social media has become such a wreck, and here I am using it. I'm a part of it. But the Josh Jacobs thing was bound to happen. They've been treating him poorly, guys. I mean, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter whether you agree with it or not. It's just facts. He had a 50-year option. They went, nah. Then as soon as Daniels came in, Mark Davis acted like he had nothing to do with the business and the purse and was like, oh, no, the whole Josh Jacobs thing, that's all on, McDaniels and what's his face, blah, 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 blah. No, you're the owner. If you want Josh, you just say, pay the man. He's not even really getting that much more money. I think he's leaving in part because he just, he's like, I'm going to get a little bit more money bump up from Green Bay. That's good enough for me. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Because they were offering him peanuts. So next to what, Green Bay was offering. So there was no doubt about it. Bob Sanders says the Raiders need to get Joe Mixon. I don't think so. I think Zamir White Zamir White deserves an opportunity, but more importantly, with Amir Abdullah behind him, he doesn't have to become the workhorse. So he can have his carries and get his downs, and then you can bring in Amir Abdullah. And guys, Amir Abdullah I know most of you know this because we're all Raider fans, but Amir Abdullah is no joke. That guy is hard. And he can catch the corners, with his speed and get around the edge. So you mix those two together, it's been said about 1 billion times with different running back combinations, but thunder and lightning, but it is. You get that bang from Zamir White and you get that, from Amir Abdullah and some bang from Amir Abdullah. Because he can take it up the middle. You just don't want him doing that a lot. But as far as Joe Mixon, I don't think that's a good idea. Joe Mixon, you're going to be in the same situation you are with Josh Jacobs. He's going to play do a year deal. He's going to play great, and he's going to expect to, bump up. And we're not going to be willing to give it to him. And then we're going to still have a rotating door at running back. You know what I mean? I'm not saying we shouldn't make a move at running back. I'm just saying I don't mind what we have right now in Zamir White and Amir Abdullah. If we started the season with that, I'm Cool. Bear, you are officially back on at 8 o'clock on the West Coast. Daylight savings time has just kicked in. Right on, DK. I'm glad. Welcome to the show as always. My heavyweight champion stares at Josh Russell. Come on, Josh. I'm rooting for you. I'm not supposed to be. It's supposed to be fair, but you know. What's up, Bear? Hope all is well, buddy. Yeah, Eric, it's doing real well. We went out, my wife, my daughter tonight. We went out for a long ride and we had a great time. Mr. Bear, my Steelers are going to sign Russell Wilson. I like Kenny Pickett, but I think Wilson can help him become better. Well, everything you're saying there. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Val. I'm sorry. I thought that was Tommy. You know what? Honestly, Steeler Val, I would say to you that that's just the facts. I mean, you already heard the Steelers have gone on this whole PR offensive to make sure everyone knows that it's not Kenny Pickett's fault. He's just young. And I happen to agree with that. You can't expect every rookie to just walk out there and start slinging the rock around. It just doesn't work that way. You know, they hype us up to think it does because they come in the draft and they show all these little promos of them in their tuxedos doing this over and over again. And, oh, look at how he's ready to be drafted. And then people start smashing him in the grass and he can't throw the ball. But most of these young guys, it's hard. You know what I mean? You see what's going on in Carolina right now. It's hard. Everyone, please like and follow Raider Bear Live on YouTube. Raider fan, Raider Ryan, right there, letting everybody know. Need to get Mac to pair up with Max Crosby and Wilkerson. Bob Stannard, if we did that, you know, we would have to think of a name for this, and I already had Death Row pop into my mind. Because that would be it, man. That would be it. I swear right now, I swear by the soul of Raider Nation, that if that happens, if we bring in Mac now, after bringing in Wilkinson and Max, we have Max, and now those two dudes, I will start the show with fireworks in this room. I'll risk the fire. Maybe I'll call the fire department and have them on standby. I don't know, but I'm going to do something. Because that would be nuts. That would be nuts. We'd be playing Tecmo Bowl and just smashing fools. Armando Pimentel, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. I remember you laughing at the Chiefs for starting Patrick Mahomes, and now he has 3 rings. Leo Sanchez, I absolutely laugh at Patrick Mahomes. I laugh at him constantly. I laugh at his voice. I laugh at his weird blue eyes. I laugh at his curly straw hair. You know, lots of stuff. His big butt. You know what I mean? I laugh at lots of stuff. Welcome to the show, though. Shane Street, that's my guy right there. Elon Bush, good evening, Bear. It's been a minute since I caught you on Facebook side. Right on. Appreciate that, brother. James and Princetta Walker, family in the house. Now, before I go on to any more comments, let me just go on to this. Now, Josh Jacobs, the situation with him is this. I would argue he's going to go to the Packers. He's going to play well. But I don't know, guys. To me, it's the exception, not the rule. Okay, so to me, the rule is when you've been a great player and you go to another team, it's hard to keep being that great player. You have different blockers, you have different plays, you have different, it's coaching staffs. It's just, it's such a change. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to go to Green Bay and be the same guy. I really don't. You know what I mean? I like that kid. I really do. But I was saying 2 years ago, I thought he should have moved on in free agency when he had the chance. As soon as they said no on his 5-year option, should have held out. And if he'd have held out, Josh McDaniels would have tried to do something, and then he could have just left. You know what I mean? They probably would have cut him or whatever. Probably would have done it earlier if he had been, more aggressive with the holdout. But, I was thinking he should have done that long ago because he should have got, even if it is only a little bit more money, who am I to say, it's only 10. Well, now it's 12 million. Well, it's another $2 million. I'll take it. Harold Donald Deere Sr., what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Our new quarterback won't be beating us again. That was tough. I I respect that guy. I really do. I think he's the new Ryan Fitzpatrick. Fitzmagic. I think he's the new Fitzmagic. He plays just like, he's gutsy just like him. The signing of Minshew is telling me that we're not moving up for a quarterback in the draft. If a quarterback in the draft that we like falls to us, we'll draft them, but we're not reaching. Well, I would argue with you that for a second that, try this on, maybe Gardner Minshew is more of the replacement for Brian, what's his name from, last year. Maybe he's more meant to be the third guy. AOC is the 2, and then they're looking still for a veteran. I think that's just the signing of another quality veteran, Gardner Minshew. Now, when I say could he be the starter, I don't think so. I've already made it clear. I think Justin Fields is coming to the Raiders. I'm going to keep saying that every show until he's a Raider because I'm pretty positive he's going to be a Raider. Now, here's the only problem with what I'm saying. Justin, Mama Bear's having a blast. But here's the one thing. Justin Fields may not be a Raider, but there's only one thing I can't calculate, and that's this. We signed a lot of the main part of the coaching staff, offensive-wise, away from the Chicago Bears to us. No, now that to me would seem like, because it always has been in the past, them trying to create a bridge to Justin Fields and say, hey, you could go to Atlanta, but you'd have your old coach you like so much, your old offensive coordinator. There's whispers going around now, and I'm getting this from other people I know, that maybe the offensive coordinator we brought over from the Bears is saying now, once he's become a Raider, we don't want that guy. We don't want that guy. The Bears are letting him go for more than just the fact that they have the number 1 pick. It's like, ouch. Damn. And I mean, and I realize I said it in his first 4 years, he's never thrown less than 9 interceptions. 9 was the minimum. After that, they went up. Okay, so that's not great, but it's not horrible. He's a kid. Now he's mature. You get him with his coordinator. They start a new offense. Maybe that works for him. Maybe that becomes something that works for him. I don't know. I thought that could work. But now I'm hearing reports that this may be just he got there and now he's saying to the Raiders, it's not a good idea. I certainly hope that's not the case, but we'll see. Hold on, I just got something and I'm just trying to make sure it's not something I gotta hear right now. Yeah. There's that. Okay, and that. Okay, there, sorry. Just had to make sure that wasn't like someone important that I did. Some of them forget when I do my showtime and they'll just hit me up. Hi, Bear. Did Josh Jacobs sign with the Packers? Yes, he did, Armando. Bob Sanders, yes, just released from the Bengals. Yes, Joe Mixon is available. I know who you're talking about. Reyes Antonio, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Alpha and Omega in the house. What's up? Good evening to you, Joey Rivera. Appreciate the love. Rude Boy Raider in 305 in the house. All right, so Ellis Irving said, hey, Raider Bear. Let me keep going here. Well, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say about the Josh Jacobs thing, other than to me, it makes sense. It just does, guys. I mean, he was already pissed off, and now you've got another new general manager coming in, and, he's not going to want to pay him for what he did before. You know what I mean? In other words, like, I would argue with you that Tom Telesco, our new general manager who came from the Chargers, who knows the running back and free agent Austin Eckler very well. Okay, now there's a lot of people, talking about does Austin Eckler come over now and become a Raider because his general manager's there. If he does, it's going to be on the cheap. He's going to be coming over and giving us a deal. So there's no doubt about it. And now, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you that woman that needs no introduction, but has one of the best in the business. That red-headed Lady Rage. Woo! The Mama Bear! Hi, Mama Bear.
I have to just come in. Oh, God.
I love that entrance. And then it's like, and you're like, I just wanted to come in and see if you needed a cup of coffee.
Do you?
No,
No, I'm watching The Wire. You really went?
Nice. More cheerleader dance.
Yes.
More cheerleader
and
dance.
I forgot the kid's name, our rookie guy. He just did this amazing.
Pajemski.
No.
Oh.
The guy with the kind of the.
Oh, Trace Jackson Davis.
Yes, he did. Trace Jackson Davis.
You're so excited you can barely say it.
Dunked on Victor.
Nice.
It's going to be a poster.
Nice. Body bagged him. I like it. Reyes Antonio says, Wilkins, that's going to be the difference. That's going to be the difference. I feel like now Wilkins with Crosby. Now, if we add one more piece, that's just, becoming the death row lineup that we're thinking of here. It's going to catch on. The death row lineup. But if you get Mac, that's it, man. You're talking about Wilkins and Mac and Max. They'll probably account for 3 wins. Minimum. Maybe I'd say 4. 4 wins. 3 minimum. maybe 4, where they'll just play so good a defense, we'll end up winning a game by a field goal just because they're just monstering the other team. I'm looking forward to this because you can see what AP is doing. He really is doing what he said he was going to do. He's bringing us back to Raider football, which means a dominant defensive line, a dominant offensive line. And then you can move pieces throughout the secondary and your linebackers. They don't all have to be stars, you know what I'm saying? But then they'll become stars as a result of that offensive line and defensive line. You got to play the Hogs first. You know, I know we all like to get excited about the sexy, you know, positions, the nickel back and who's the linebacker. But, you know, it all happens on the line, guys. The game is usually won and lost on the line. Hey, Bear, did you see the Warriors Jackson Davis posterize Wemby tonight? No, I missed it because I was getting ready for the show, but I do have it in my DVR, so I'll see it. Doc Raider, greetings, Raider Bear. What is your opinion of Gardner Minshew if McMoron had bought? I wouldn't like it, but I'm willing to. Yeah, Gardner Minshew's nice. He really is. He's nice. He's a second or third guy on almost any team, but he's nice. He's got that Ryan Fitzpatrick kind of thing going on where he shows up and he's got a third leg, man. The guy's confidence is through the roof. You know what I mean? And I got to say personally, I love guys like that. You know what I mean? I say it all the time. If you're competing against me, I often apologize before we start because it's already over. I and I have to think like that. It's just how I am. You know, I want to win and I want to win at everything I do. And when I don't, I get pissed and I try to win anyway, you know, but it's not in a bad way. I'm not a poor sport. I don't get mad at people. I don't end friendships. It's nothing like that. I love winning. But I like Gardner Minshew a lot. What else is going to happen in free agency? Glenn Medina, I wouldn't be surprised if we still look at another free agent quarterback. I don't think that by any means that Gardner Minshew and AOC going into the season is a solid game plan. I did say that I thought Russell Wilson could be a good fit, but that I didn't think we would do it because he's just not looking for that. I just didn't think he was looking for that kind of a deal. And then a 1-year deal. And then he ends up taking one. I was shocked at that. Because if he does another one of these 1-year prove-it deals, he's only older than he's ever been. So if you fail this next prove-it deal, do teams start to back down even more and just start to say, hey, man, you know, you were failing with Seattle, they got rid of you. You failed with the Broncos twice, they got rid of you. Now you're here with us, you know, they got rid of you, so starting to pile up a little bit. John Leon, I like Joe Mixon, but I don't love him. You know, I don't feel like that's the Band-Aid for Josh Jacobs. In fact, I would argue, is Joe Mixon really better than Zamir White? You know, I mean, maybe as far as medically, you know what I mean? Because I'm still worried about Zamir White's legs. But outside of that, I don't see Joe Mixon as this upgrade over Zamir White. I feel like they're kind of close. Jim Moon, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. It has been a minute. Good to see you. Raging Raider Rhino, my brother in the house. What's up, man? Kermit Mahomes about to feel the pain. Bob Standard, I would have to say, because you could see the planning. You know, he made the statement, the Mahomes rules are just like the Jordan rules. We're going to have to come get you, and we're going to have to put you on your ass a lot, viciously. So everybody sees it and knows that our defensive line is hurting fools, as that's what it's going to do. So the Chiefs have problems coming up here. They're going to change the rules about touching the quarterback again. Well, yeah, they will, but that's still not going to prevent sacks. There, now that we have someone good in the middle, if we do get a decent defensive end on the other side for Max, it's a wrap. No, Jim Vanderlyn, no, I disagree with that. Now, when I say that I disagree, not that you're wrong, here's my logic. A guy like, Malcolm Koonce is going to just eat all day long, because not only is he going to meet only singles, as far as covering him, he's only going to have to beat one man. He's never going to face a double team ever, ever, as long as he's a Raider. They will game plan our other guys, and Koonce will eat. You know what I mean? And if he doesn't, we'll get someone who will, and I'll believe it when I see it. But to me, that makes Koonce's job even easier than it already was. Max was drawing everything. Now you have Max and Wilkins. Now you can't ever slide help to his side, and he's going to get a free run over and over again. Sean Paul Doney, what's up? Welcome to the show. Let's see, B. Al, what's up? JJ had an extension offer on the table last worth more than his current deal with Green Bay. I don't think that's correct, B. Al. I think the money might have been more, but the years and the money were not more. And so Green Bay was just offering more financial security. Yes, Josh Jacobs is going to Green Bay. Doc Rader. Glenn Medina said draft another running back. Honestly, I don't think so. There's a lot of young running backs, even just on other teams, that are going to fall off in free agency you're going to be able to pick up. So during, they're getting the cap space down, they'll cut guys. Raging Raider Rhino said, Zamir White isn't a bell cow. Abdullah is special teams specialist. Think we get another running back, maybe even Aaron Jones after he... the Aaron Jones thing would be a good idea. I don't know that that's going to happen, but that would be a good idea. I like that better than going through the draft. Sean Paul said, Zeus will be just fine. Trust the Saint DePaul. It's not that I don't trust him. I just don't trust his legs. His legs have given out. That's just a fact. You know what I mean? To say that they never will again, I came from sports medicine. You know what I mean? It don't work that way. If it does, it's a miracle. If I've worked with 4 or 5 guys that were athletes at a high level at soccer, tennis, and football. Okay. And they all had torn Achilles tendons, and 2 of the 3 couldn't get it right. Re-injured it, got healthy, went back, re-injured it again. One of them, the kids that I was working with, made it. And it wasn't me because they had other therapists. So, Joe, you're not a bear. You're not a good enough therapist. Derrick Henry's nice, Glenn Medina, especially when you consider we don't need him to be the best version of Derrick Henry that he's ever been. If we're going to keep doing what I think we're doing, we're going to bump up this offensive line. Stuff's going to happen here. We want to start winning. Zeus is the workhorse now. Abdullah is a receiving running back. Need one more running back in the room just in case. Alpha Nova, I have no disagreement with that. I just don't like looking for running backs in the draft. Unless someone fell to us. You know what I mean? If someone fell to us, if we were ready in the second round, saying, and there was just some crazy good running back that's still on the board somehow at our number 2 pick, then okay. You know what I mean? Why not? Reyes Antonio says the rumor is we're looking at Eckler. Now, a lot of people have actually been talking about that. I don't even know that I would call that a rumor, Reyes. I think that that's something that's being discussed as a reality. The fact that it may not happen doesn't mean it was a rumor. It just means that they may have tried to do business and it just didn't work out. Oftentimes, a general manager likes a former player and wants to bring him with him to somewhere he's going. And it ends up not working out because somebody like the Philadelphia Eagles or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers swoop in all of a sudden and offer the guy a few million more. And, money's money and you got to go where you're going to go. Glenn Medina, I appreciate the love. The fam is doing fantastic. We're in just a really good place. Really good place right now. The team has improved already and we still got the draft to go. Yeah, especially defensively, amazing. Now that you've brought in that defensive tackle, now you don't have to worry about getting a defensive tackle in the first round, the guy like from Texas. But if you do bring in the guy from Texas, all holy hell is going to break out on defensive lines. That might be our new young Khalil Mack. You know what I mean? Because he'll be able to do those things. He may not be as good as Khalil, but he'll look as good because he'll have Wilkins and Max carrying him and could walk to sacks. Lonnie Taylor, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Oh, did he sign with Washington? Wow. What do you think on Gardner Minshew? I like him, Mark. I like him a lot. Bill Cox, so we'll go 9-8. Chiefs taking the division again. You can't be the Kings with these quarterbacks. Bill Cox, honestly, I'm not off AOC yet. I want to make that very clear. I don't like, there's so many people that are, saying he's a number 2 and they're done, blah, blah. Guys, when the Steelers learned that they were going to get Russell, they immediately told everyone, this is Kenny Pickett's opportunity. He's just young. We're hoping that we can get a little bit more education into him. Let him see another veteran quarterback going through the paces of this offense while he's actually learning the offense. So it'll feel secondhand to him when he gets his next opportunity because he's not going anywhere. remember these rookie deals, when you get a star or a potential star in a rookie deal, you got to work hard to make that work because you're getting a potential star for peanuts. That's what we did to Josh Jacobs. We paid him peanuts to get Hall of Fame football. He's literally putting up Hall of Fame numbers, and we got it for peanuts. I'm sorry, that's good business. I don't like doing it like that, but it's good business. He did it right back. Now he's going to Green Bay. He's going to make a few more bucks, and he's probably happier. What up, Bear? All is well. Would you be surprised if O'Connell is the starter week 1? Antonio Penaloza, I would be surprised. Now, not because I don't think he can win the job, but to me, if he starts week 1, it means we didn't bring in another veteran. Or we brought in a veteran that's like a nobody, that he's the 3, Minshew's the 2, and AOC is the 1. I don't like the idea of that. I do like the idea of letting another veteran come in, potentially win the starting job, and then allow AOC to keep getting better. He just has to grind a little bit more. That's all. I think the guy has every tool. I think they should sign Leonard Williams, re-sign John Jenkins, and in the draft, target cornerback or offensive line with your first 2 picks. The cornerback pick, Terry Dahl, welcome to the show. Great profile pick. Love the family. As far as the cornerback, I think we're going to go after that Terrian kid from Alabama. And personally, I think that's a great pick. I've been on him since day 1. I just want to make that clear. So if they pick that guy, I've been on him since day 1. Check the tape. Go back. It's all archived. Go look at the videos. I was talking about him months ago. I like him as an addition. And I agree with your idea on Jenkins. I think he was great against the run. Now, however, Leonard Williams, I just don't know. I don't know how much sugar they do want to spend on the defensive line. Because Max and Wilkins, that's really nice. I just feel like anyone else you put on that defensive line should work. Anyone. Because they're just going to draw, Wilkins and Max are going to draw so much attention. Everyone else is going to be a second afterthought. So if you're saying to me, hey, Bear, you're an afterthought. Wait a minute, what? I'm going to try and crush whoever's in front of me every friggin' play. And I might not do it, or maybe I do, but I got to believe that the players on either side of them are going to be better. We better be getting a quarterback 1 in field, or someone, if we don't, AP job will be on the line in 2 years, thanks to Telesco. Alpha, I don't think he wants his job to go on the line. I don't think he wants him to lose. Tom Telesco himself has something to prove. He produced a factory of talent with the Chargers, but it didn't win anything. So he can fall back on, coaching staff, stuff like that, injuries, because to be honest, if you go back and you look at the moves he made, the guys he brought in, he put a lineup together. He really did. I mean, look at the defensive line he had, there. So with the Bosa kid and Mac, I mean, when Bosa was healthy, which was, next to never, I call him Joey Noza because he needs to keep his nose out of Raider business. I know that's hard because it's so big. His nose, nothing else. Maybe for the first time, someone will help Crosby out on the other side. No maybes about it, Jim. No maybes about it. Wilkins is legit. He's a real player. If you go back and look at his numbers, and I'll let you do that, he can really ball. Wish me luck. I got my aptitude test for IBEW for electrician. Oh wow, that's dope, great. Jorge Prieto, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always good to see you. Matthew Lincoln, let's get field. Let's go. Honestly, I've already said I think that's going to happen. I really do. For example, the only argument I made against it is maybe it's been delayed because the coach, our new offensive coordinator who worked with him in Chicago, really doesn't want him anymore. Now, see, I just don't agree with that. I just don't agree with that. The guy did too much athletically with his legs. And you only have to get him right up here. It's not his accuracy. It's not his power. He makes bad decisions. That's all there is to it. And to me, that's the best part of this, because one of the few things you can fix in a bad player is up here. You know what I mean? If they're not strong enough, it's hard to make them stronger. If they've gotten to the NFL level and they're not stronger, they're probably not going to get stronger. You know what I mean? You can't make them faster, not really. You can make them run a little better, but you can't really make them faster. But you can work with a guy's understanding of that's open, that's not. That's open, that's not. You got to understand how to read defenses. If they can get him right in that way, he'll do well. I love the Wilkins sign, but losing Nichols and cutting Tillery takes away from the depth. I hope we draft another draft tackle or a nice defensive end in free agency. Rick Conde Jr., great profile picture. And I would say to you this, I don't think there's any doubt we're going to do that. We're not done. We may even go with that Byron kid at 13 because he's going to be at 13. I think he's going to be at 13. There's too many people that need too many other things. I think Byron Murphy could fall to 13. What's up, Bear? What's good? Did I just read today Jacobs is getting traded to Green Bay? Yes, not really traded, but yeah, he's going to Green Bay. Now I have to sell my Josh jersey. I guess it is what it is. Yeah, Travis McNeil, that's all you can do. You know what I mean? I wanted him to end his career as a Raider like everyone else, but I also understand the business. I wanted him to get paid. You know what I mean? And we weren't going to pay him. You know what I mean? And we knew that with Josh McDaniels, because even with McDaniels jerking around with his 5th-year option and all that stuff, Mark Davis was standing right there. You know what I mean? And he let him do it. So they let Jones go for Jacobs. Yeah. Well, yeah. Why not pick up Aaron Jones if he's cheap? Jose Chiriquez, I don't have any problem with that. In fact, I would argue that would light a fire under Aaron Jones. Because you guys know that it was a surprise to him that he was going to be replaced by Josh Jacobs. I saw it. I read it. They're saying that Aaron Jones was shocked that they made that move. So now he's a free agent. If we sign him and he gets to come to our team and go, oh, okay, all right, and see if he can't outplay Josh Jacobs on his old team. Because remember, Josh Jacobs is not, invulnerable. He did have his injuries from time to time. And so there's no telling what could happen in Green Bay. Jesse Parker, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Bear, I picked up a Daryl LaMonica jersey. That's dope. Thoughts on right guard or right tackle? Well, both, to be honest with you, B. Al. We need to make moves in both. Now, fortunately, and I've said this in the past, it's harder to find a guy in the later rounds that, will hit your offensive line and work out for you. But it's not for the amount of offensive linemen. It's about the coaching staff who selects them, the GM, and do they see and judge talent well. See, because if you go into this draft, you will find that there are a lot of right guards, right tackles, left guards, left tackles. I mean, there's a lot of them. It's just now, can you, fiddle through those and find the one from whatever school that you saw tape on and say, this guy can play. You know what I mean? That's what Tom Telesco has to show us. Now, fortunately, he showed us while he was with the Chargers. He consistently kept replacing. When they would lose things, he would replace it with pieces that ended up being pretty good. I almost applied for that myself, but missed the deadline for the Bay Area. I wish you the best, though, brother. Okay. Mr. R8RBEAR, my Eagles signed Saquon Barkley. Grampy said that he's had a tough career so far because the stinky Giants never had an offensive line, but we do so. I think he'll be really good. Honestly, Tommy, welcome to the show as always, little buddy. And then I would say to you this. He has a shot with the Eagles, but he might be joining them right at the wrong time because there's a lot of talk about the coach getting fired there. If he has another bad year, he's going to be gone. Now Saquon's going to be there just having gotten there. And now you got a new coach that's going to come in and think he's a part of the losing. He got hurt a lot with the Giants, and he did more than Jacobs did, with our Raiders. So Darren Patterson, what's up, brother? He says, what's up, Bear? What are you hearing? Darren Patterson, I'm hearing cornerback at 13, potentially another defensive tackle, so that we really have some just monsters on the defensive line and to replace some of the guys because we lost Bilal Nichols. And although he was one of those beloved Raiders, one of those guys all the fans really liked, there was a reason for that. He played his ass off. I mean, Bilal Nichols was a bad dude, and he's going to go on to a good career, and I wish him well. And we also lost that kid, Jerry Tillery, that we happened to bring in from the Chargers. I think that's Tom Telesco again, basically saying, you know what, that might have been one of my guys, but I know what he is. Adios. Anna Diaz-Rincon, my first supporter ever. Love you, girl. And if you would, consider a subscription to R8RBEAR Family Page. It's just $5 a month. You can cancel at any time. And if you look right down there next to the blue thumbs up, there's a green badge. If you click on that, you're on your way to subscribe to Raider Bear Live. And if you've never given to charity, you would be doing it now. No, not me. I'm not a charity, okay? Have you seen this face? No. We work with underage. I was gonna say underage kids dealing with cancer in St. Jude's. I don't know why they suddenly became underage. Also, Punks for Autism. If you get a chance, go to visit Punks for Autism. They design shirts that when you buy a shirt, it automatically, the money from your shirt goes to autism research, and it's a beautiful thing. And the shirts are dope. I'm telling you honestly. I've never had anyone go on the site and not find something they thought was cool. They have really nice stuff. And your money goes, again, to autism research. And thank you very much. Fields is terrible. Enough already. He doesn't have any trade value. Carrie Correa, Carrie, honestly, I'm not, and that's a great profile picture, by the way. Congratulations. I see the medals. Although I'm not going to say you're wrong, I'm going to say that you're right about his time with the Bears. I can't agree with you that he's terrible. I can't go there with you. Not terrible. You know what I mean? I think he could become something. I really do. And I think we forget sometimes. And looking at you, you look like a dad. You look like a little bit older guy. I mean, not old, obviously, but an older guy. You've probably been watching football for a minute. You know how it is sometimes. Sometimes the guy goes somewhere, he plays there for 2-3 years, it doesn't work out, and then all of a sudden he goes somewhere else and he's, a rejuvenated player. And remember, we did that with the wide receiver from the Eagles. That was with the Eagles for 4 years. He was a #1 pick. He was nothing but garbage for them. And then he comes to the Raiders and he explodes. And he was one of the better wide receivers in their first year with a new team. He had 9 touchdowns. So, that's something we could do potentially with Josh, with us. Jose Chiriquez, a report just came out saying the Bears are reportedly willing to trade the #1 pick and keep Fields. If they're willing to trade the #1 pick, hold on, I have it right here. Here's what it's going to cost us if we want to trade for the #1 pick. It's going to take our #1 overall this year, the 13th pick, our first in 2025, so obviously next year, our 3rd round pick in 2025, and then hold on to your butts, another #1 pick in 2026. So that means 25 and 26. 24, because we'd be giving up this year. So 24, 25, 26. For the next 3 years, we'd be giving up our 1st round pick. That's a lot. Okay, so if we're going to do it, it has to be for someone generational. Is there any quarterback in this draft that you think is generational? I'll wait. Because I know it ain't Cam, or I know it ain't that guy. He's all right, but he's already, starting to worry some teams. Like, not only is he falling down their draft board, he's falling off their draft board. So I bet we trade back in the draft. I've been saying that. Tom Telesco's that kind of guy. I think Tom Telesco is more of a talent guy. In other words, he feels like he can look at 50 guys and pick the one that's going to be the next star. And again, I know I've said it, but I'm just going to say it quickly one more time. His track record says that he's right. His track record says that he's right, that if you give him multiple picks, he tends to get guys that can play. Why pay that much money to Gardner as backup? Eric, well, because he's a good backup. And we don't know what we're going to have with whoever our first pick is. Like, for example, if it is Justin Fields, what if Corey's right? Or Carrie's right. Excuse me, Carrie. Carrie Correa. That's why I was going to Corey. But Carrie may be right. You know what I mean? And if he is, and you bench him or trade him or he gets hurt or whatever the case may be, you got to have someone that can play. And I'm sorry, Gardner Minshew can play. He can play. He's not your average everyday #2. I don't mind that we paid him a little bit more. Matthew Lincoln said, why is everyone mad about signing Minshew? I don't know, because I like him. Miguel Garcia, 559 Fresno, Kakalaki in the house. What's up, brother? Elemenor is leaving. Joel Elemenor was nice, and I'll never forget his signing day. He brought his wife and his kids, and he was smiling ear to ear. He signed the documents. He talked about how much he appreciated the Raiders organization for taking a chance on him. You know what I mean? And he played well for us. You know what I mean? Was he a star? No. But, did he play well for us? I thought so. Maybe Justin Fields and his old coordinator have a bad chemistry. Well, see, Jim, that's the whisper that's starting to go around. You know what I mean? Because if you haven't made a deal yet, is it because the Bears are asking too much, or your offensive coordinator is saying, "Don't pull the trigger. We can do this with someone else"? Because the Gardner Minshew move right around the conversations with the Bears looks fishy. It looks like they feel like they're going to go with someone in the draft, and AOC is going to be the veteran at 1. If he fails, you bring in Gardner Minshew. And at 3, we have whoever we bring in the draft, i.e., a Rattler or whatever, whoever we bring in. Kevin! Kahu! Hano! You know it's been a lot more than a minute, doggone it. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Hi, honey. Hi, kids. His wife's name, Honey. Isn't that cool? Every time you come home from work, you can say, "Hi, honey," and you're still saying her name. Hi, honey. I love that. Steven Marchand, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Let's see. I think grab another defensive tackle at 13 and draft. I think Penix be there with our second round pick, or grab Nix or Rattler or second round pick for Fields. The Penix thing, Penix is going to be around. There's a lot more going around about his legs. And obviously they do this every year. The scouts and the people with, who work with the draft start to downgrade everyone. That's why, the kid from USC is getting downgraded. All these guys, oh, well, look, we saw this and we found that, and so they just do all this to give the teams negotiating leverage against the players as they enter their teams. That's all. But defensive tackle at 13, I think that only happens if that kid from Texas falls there, and there's a good chance he won't. So there's other teams that need a D tackle. Now I think we should sign Devin White and kick Diablo to the outside opposite of Spillane. Oh, okay. When you said kick, I thought you were going to say, let him go. I like Diablo. I think Diablo is the exact... I want everyone to think about, Divine Diablo for a second and ask yourself this question. He's been with us for a few years now, but what has he done I by year by year by year? He's gotten better, much better. He's gotten bigger. He's gotten smarter. He's a better tackler. I think sometimes people forget it tends to take 4 years to really get the best out of some of these athletes. Let them get their legs under them. Let them get used to the speed of the NFL. You're up against the best of the best of the best. Year after year after year, they sharpen the level of play even more, and free guys coming into the draft in 5-6 years, dude, they're going to be flying. You're going to have guys running times that no one can believe, and you know what I mean? They're going to be big and strong and so on. John Leon said Patrick Queen. Honestly, John, I've always liked Patrick Queen. I've always liked him. Now, he's had an up and down career. He had a little bit of a slow start where people were like, okay, he looks really good. His rookie season, he looked great. And then it was like he fell off a little bit, showed some missing of tackles, year 3, a little banged up here and there. And then now he's a free agent. And the Ravens aren't willing to re-up him. To me, that's a sign that maybe it's not a good idea. But is it the kind of guy that I would take a risk on? Absolutely. Absolutely. I wanted him originally when he was in the draft. Now, you saw how I was just saying to you, whenever I bring up a certain name and I say, hey, this is who I think they're going to go with in the draft, I'm saying out loud, I think it's going to be the defensive back of Alabama, that kid Terry. And I want to say Donald, but I know that's not his last name. I'm just forgetting it again. But anyway, how much do I love him if I can't remember his last name? But I have to read and go and cover so many names, guys. It's just this time around draft time, it's just so many guys. But that kid Terry, and I know I'm getting his first name right, and he's the defensive back for Alabama. Now, there's a chance he doesn't fall to 13. If he doesn't, then all bets are off. Because I think he's the pick. I think that's who the Raiders want. I just think they don't know if he's going to fall to 13, and they're not going to go up for him. Okay, Austin Eckler went to Washington. Okay. I thought for a second there you were talking about Khalil Mack like it just happened. I'm like, oh, no. Yeah, Eric Jett, she's always like that. She gets embarrassed. She's shy. Yes, Eckler did sign with Washington. Larry Brooks Jr., good evening, guys. Hope you're having a great day. Well, good job. What a gentleman. Appreciate that, brother. Raider Miguel, we're not getting Justin Fields. Okay. I just happen to think we are. Eckler's going to the Redskins. Commanders, shame on me. I do that all the time. Nubbin ain't loving. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. All right, I'll catch up. Let me move down. I got to skip some of your comments. I apologize because I'm way behind, but I'm going to get down here because I know I'm close to the end of the show. All right. Well, not too far down. Let me get some of the questions here. Okay, here we go. Tim Heckcock, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Best darn cowboy hat picture I've ever seen. I don't know how my voice got kind of country right there, but Dustin King would love to see Aaron Jones come to us and get a Super Bowl ring. Well, you know, honestly, I never thought about it. I knew the beef because when Josh Jacobs got there, the reports are Aaron Jones was surprised. That he was very surprised. You know what I mean? It's not that he just expected them to give him a deal, but at the same time, he thought there was a chance still they were negotiating, so to speak, that something could come of something. And then instead, it's Josh Jacobs, and he gets blindsided, and it's like, bye. You know what I mean? So I would absolutely love to sign Aaron Jones to be that grinder veteran up in front. And then again, let Zamir White. See, people say let Zamir White be the guy. I just don't agree with that. I don't think he has the legs for it. I know that the surgeries have gotten better than they ever have. And so guys now, when they get an Achilles tear, it doesn't mean the end of their career. But when you get two, now I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, you know? It's hard for me to trust that guys like that aren't going to break down. You still don't think trading up for a quarterback is possible? Edward Andre Gonzalez. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. I want to make sure I said that right. It's not that I don't think it's possible. I just don't think it's in Tom Telesco's character. You know what I mean? And if he, like, for example, the draft is a minute away, okay? It's far enough away that I can tell you that Tom Telesco already has a target in mind. And whether that's in free agency or whether it's in the draft, he already has a plan at quarterback. They don't just, do it. It's not a, I know you know that, but this is not an on the fly kind of thing. They've been doing this for a minute. You know what I mean? Tom's probably thinking who he wanted, the first week he was with us. So. And welcome again, Edward. Appreciate the question. Okay, Bear, not Raider related, but is it odd to you that Barkley went to a division rival? No, never. I would have put it past the Broncos to try to get Josh Jacobs. That would have been smart. Even if they wouldn't have been winning games, they could have had a guy ultra motivated to stick it to the Raiders. You know what I mean? I like it when they do that. I do. I wouldn't have wanted to see that, obviously, but I like it. I like when you get that drama. You know what I mean? I want to see if they can do it. Go in there and shut them down. You know what I mean? If the Raiders get Gardner Minshew for some reason starting a game and we end up going into the Indianapolis Colts, I want them to go in there and kick their ass. Excuse my French. Heavyweight champion. Would love to see Aaron Jones come to us. Yeah, I read that already. I'm sorry. Who best free agent on the offensive line that we can get? There's some guys on the offensive line that are available. But I'm thinking more that we're probably going to look for that on the board because there's going to be a lot of guys on the board. You know what I mean? Offensive line wise, we could end up with the number 1 or number 2 guy in the country if we go for him at 13. And why not? When you look at the offensive line, the way it stands right now, we need to work on right guard, right tackle. But now you're starting to see that there's already some lack of confidence in Andre James moving forward. And they want to get another center as well. Now, see, that really complicates things to me because you can get a center, but if you don't get one that can ball, that's smart, and he doesn't, calls out the protections poorly and things like that, you can have a lot of guys and that can play and your team will suck because the center is the catalyst of it all. It goes back to everything I was saying earlier in the show. About everything happens on the down in the trenches, the offensive and defensive line is where the game is won. We forget about that because we romanticize quarterbacks. We romanticize wide receivers and they make big catches and running backs, how they juke guys and blast someone and run 27 yards for a touchdown. And we get all into that and we never realize, hey guys, none of that happens. Without the offensive line, none of it. None of those big plays that you were so enamored with happen if the offensive line can't make plays. So we definitely must prioritize that. I would love to see us do that at 13. I would say go against traditional wisdom and just get the best O-lineman in the country. You know what I mean? I think the guy from Texas Tech, I think. I might be wrong about that. Okay, Bear, they started off hot with Wilkins, then Minshew. Really? No, Eric Bell, the Minshew signing is solid. He's a solid backup that when you need him in there, say your starting quarterback is really good. Okay, let's say we bring in someone and he's playing well for us. And then week 6, he gets hurt. And we know he's going to be out until week 8. Okay, Gardner Minshew is the kind of guy that can come in and win week 6, 7, and 8. He is. That guy is ball hard. He is just rough and ready. That kid's tough, man. And he's a little bit weird. You know, and I'm sorry, I like guys like that. Guys that have that little bit of weird, that little bit of edge. They tend to be guys that they don't just win, they win and they're scrappy. They're passionate. It means something to them. I know some of you will remember what I'm talking about when I say when Gardner Minshew beat us, he ran down the field after scoring and was pumping his fist and all of his teammates were grabbing him, and he's one of those guys, you know what I mean? He's like a guy's guy. You know what I mean? Everywhere he goes, the team likes him. You know what I mean? He's respected. He's smart. You know what I mean? He's worldly. I think he's going to be good. I don't know why Raider Nation would be mad about that pickup, especially when you consider it's not like we're saying that's all the moves we're going to make at quarterback. That's not the only thing we're going to do. There's more to be done, but you have to bring in other guys. Wilkins is a bad dude, Eric Bell. That's going to be the big change. That's the best move we've made so far. It may end up being the best move we've made, period. I don't care what else we do. Even if we bring in Khalil Mack. I said it. Even if we bring him in, I'm not saying he won't be fantastic. He probably will. But Wilkins' pressure from the inside is what's going to create everyone. He's setting the table for everyone to eat. That's the best way I can say it. His pressure, his attention he will cause by the action that he will cause in the middle of the line will force attention from other players on the line. They get confused, someone gets free, and quarterbacks get hit. It's going to be lovely. I can't wait to see old school Raider football. Praise Jesus for Antonio Pierce. Jim Bannon, if we get Mac, how about Death Squad for a nickname? I love that too. Death Row, Death Squad. I love it. Bill Cox, I was asked about Patrick Queen before. I like Patrick Queen. I liked him when he was coming out of college, to be quite honest with you. The Patriots let their quarterback go for a 6th round Matt Jones. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. They don't really, remember the Patriots were going the last 2 years. They were having this like quarterback battle between that weird named kid and Matt Jones. Okay, well, the bottom line is when you have 2 quarterbacks sort of back and forthing the number 1 starting position, you don't have a starting quarterback. So they're probably going to get rid of both guys. They're just going to give one of them a little bit more run than the other. No, don't sell the farm. Look at last KSU quarterback we got, pure old Drake. Richard Nunez, I'm not suggesting that we give all that up to go to number 1. I just think there's anyone here in this draft that's worth that. Now, I think there are quarterbacks in this draft that could go forward and be great starters, but we can't see that right now. Do you see what I'm saying? Even with the kid from USC, he's just shown that he's got the athletic ability to do it. Just 2 years of picks, we get the first this year. Rendell Rhodes, that's not just. It's a first this year, a first next year, and a first and 2. No, it's not the first next year, but there's 3 first-round picks overall in the totality of the deal. It's too much. Damn, all those first-round picks for the Bears. But geez, sounds like the movie Draft Day. Yeah, and they may do nothing with it because I've always said give up picks for players. Anytime there's a guy offered, and you say to yourself, okay, it's Khalil Mack. And then they say, yeah, but you would have a second-round pick. You could get the best defensive tackle in all of the draft. Yeah, but Khalil Mack is proven, okay? The kid coming out of the draft may be a namby-pamby. That when he breaks the nail, he goes, I can't play. Raiders! I just wanted to say namby-pamby. Stephen Shaw, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. I'm sure Penix or Nix or Rattler be at our second pick. What's wrong with taking a chance on them? If he fails, it's not a number 1, and we don't have to give up the house to move up. Rick Conde Jr., our second-round pick is actually a top 10 second-round pick. So we pick in the first 10 picks in the start of the second round. Now, having said that, I think Penix will definitely be there. I think Rattler will definitely be available. I don't know about Bo Nix. I think most people are misreading some of this stuff. You got to remember, when any of these people quantify where a quarterback's rated, in other words, they've got other quarterbacks that they say are better than Bo Nix. Bo Nix could come into this NFL and outplay all of them. We don't know that. You know what I mean? We're just going, these are all just analytic stats that they're throwing at us and then going, okay, this guy is this, and this guy is better than J.J. McCarthy, but this guy is better than Penix. You know what I mean? That's what they do. But there's no way to know which one of them is going to have the spark that comes on. And they show us at the NFL level that they're never going to play like they did in college again. They've ascended, and they're better than that. Look at C.J. Stroud with the Texans. He's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. The moment his feet hit the NFL floor, he went, oh, I'm a pro. Boom. Touchdown, crafty, learns the offense, coachable, teammates like him. You just never know who's going to be the guy that just becomes that thing. You know what I mean? But I think some of them think Bo Nix is one of those guys. I'm starting to hear more and more the same whispers I heard about AOC back in his draft. There were a lot of coaches and a lot of scouts that felt like AOC could be that guy that goes from, you know, a pumpkin to a diamond and just suddenly gives it to you. And you just have to let him develop. So we'll see. But I agree with you. At number 2, I would pull the trigger on at number 2. Anthony J. Zirkle, I agree. It's a great signing. Alpha and Omega Forever said Fields had no weapons in Chicago. We do. And Alpha, not only do you make a good point, but add to that when we say his 9 interceptions, in part or more, might have been in part due to the fact that the guy was just loyal. He's a bear. He's got his fans roaring. They're close. In a game, he's trying to win, and maybe he tries to squeeze one in the pocket, and it ends up being a turnover, and they lose the game. And so everything looks bad. It's a loss. He's got a turnover. It just shows that in the stats, and we go, oh, look, an interception. He must suck. You know what I mean? And in reality, he was trying to maybe force things because the team didn't have the quality of talent on it to be a great winner or to win consistently. So he was trying to play above his head. I would say, i.e., like Cam Newton, but smarter than Cam Newton, not, you know, running into guys with his shoulder, you know, and trying to do Superman leaps from 10 yards out, you know. He's not going to do any of that Cam Newton stuff. There are rumors out that say McCarthy may go before Daniels. If that happens, the Raiders trade up to 4 with the Cardinals. Could be interesting. I just don't know if that's real. I really don't. I just don't know if that's real. You know what I mean? I just don't know if this guy, I just don't know if Telesco is going to be the kind of guy that is going to say, okay, I've made up my mind, I'm going to go do this. I have no faith in the intelligence of Davis, and I don't trust him to keep his fingers out of the draft. I hope somebody drafts Caleb Williams before we get a chance to pick. If we went up and tried to get Caleb Williams and then did, I would be excited about it. Now, do we all know we saw the flaws he had in college and so on, okay? And everyone wants to talk about things he did, the decisions he made. Guys, it goes back to everything we've been talking about. It's the product of the team around him. Sometimes it's the coach. Sometimes it's the fact that he's just cocky and he thinks that he's got to do, you know, explosive, impressive, make ESPN things to make himself go up in the draft, which he did, and it worked. You know what I mean? But does that mean he'll be a great NFL quarterback? We're going to find out. I just don't know if it's going to be with us. Alexa, resume! When I roll my tongue, she even gets it, you know, even when I do the whole rolling tongue. Or maybe not. Alexa, resume. Let's see if she had that. She forget. All right, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force, for all you do. The energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran, much love. And I'll see you again tomorrow, 8 o'clock, R8RBEAR Family Page. I love you.